lot to get my body ready for the beach this summer. I just bought some of the Goli apple cider vinegar gummies the other day, and I am fully expecting to shed all the pounds.
GoliAppleCiderVinegarGummies? I've seen those around.
Yeah, so many influencers love them. They apparently help you to have a ton of energy, boost your metabolism, cut cravings, and help you lose weight easier.
Are you sure a gummy can do all that? I've heard of the health benefits of apple cider vinegar, but that seems like a stretch.
I think so. The ad I saw said it makes weight loss simple and reduces your junk and sugar food cravings.
Maybe let's take a look into what Goli is actually claiming to do and some research on apple cider vinegar. I don't think that a gummy is going to cause you to lose weight. Goli apple cider vinegar gummies are the first type of apple cider vinegar gummy supplement. Most of the research for this type of product is on tablet supplements and taking pure apple cider vinegar.
The bottle says that you can take 1 to 2 Goli gummies at a time, 3 times daily. Ingredients include apple cider vinegar, pomegranate, vitamin B12 and B9, beetroots, and more.
Goli claims to help support healthy metabolic energy and healthy heart, promote overall good health, support immune functions, help your body to metabolize nutrients, and supplement your body with antioxidant support. The brand does not put claims on its website that it helps with weight management, but it does mention these in social media posts and advertisements.
While having more energy, a better metabolic system, healthy immune function, etc., could be helpful in someone's health and fitness journey, the gummy on its own does not cause you to lose weight. But why do people think they can?
Many of the ads for Goli show people cutting back on junk food cravings because they took their Goli supplements, or show someone stepping on the scale and saying it's making their weight loss simple. Various posts on Goli's Instagram feed share that Goli helps with weight management, but there is no evidence for this to back up these claims on Goli's page.
Apple cider vinegar has long been claimed to have great benefits for your health, but do these claims actually have scientific evidence to back it up? I checked the Goli website for research to back up their product, but the page dedicated to scientific research was under construction, so we had to do some digging ourselves.
Apple cider vinegar supplements have been studied in various populations to examine its effect on weight loss. Some of the most conclusive research on apple cider vinegar, however, was on rats. A 2016 study showed that apple cider vinegar decreases fat levels in rats that were subjected to a high-fat diet. Another rat study showed that apple cider vinegar solution fed to rats helped decrease lipid profiles and healthy cholesterol. But again, these are on rats, and the study was performed on rats with a lab-induced hyperlipidemia, which is excessive fat.
So obviously rats are not the most applicable to humans, so let's take a look at some of the human subject studies. A study conducted in 2009 found that participants taking acetic acid, which is the main component of vinegar, showed significantly lower body weights, BMIs, visceral fat area measurements, serum triglyceride levels, and waist circumference than a control group. So does this mean apple cider vinegar leads to weight loss?
Not necessarily. Participants were asked to fast for 12 hours before their measurements were taken throughout the study. Further, participants also kept track of their diet and step count each day and restricted alcohol consumption. So they might have been trying to be healthier throughout the study, and vinegar acted as a placebo. The study was also conducted in Japanese adults with obesity, so it's not exactly generalizable to the entire population. There was random assignment and a placebo group. However, there was some exclusion criteria with participants who had physical measurements such as serum triglyceride below or above a certain point, which might present as a limitation considering it does not account for individuals with those biological levels excluded. Some of the limitations include the length of the study. It only lasted 12 weeks with a 4-week post-treatment follow-up. While this is longer than other studies we have seen, we know that weight change can take much longer than a few months. Further, the effect of apple cider vinegar would decrease over time, so studies for over 6 months, maybe even a year, would be great to look at too.
I just read that this study was the first of its kind to demonstrate that vinegar can help reduce body weight and body fat, but the reductions in weight and fat, while still significant, were quite minimal. So maybe more research should be done to determine if it was actually the vinegar at play.
So, there was another study done in 2018 to see if apple cider vinegar and a restricted calorie diet could result in weight loss.
There were two randomly assigned groups, one that took apple cider vinegar and had a restricted calorie diet, and a group that just had the restricted calorie diet. The apple cider vinegar group had a significantly reduced body weight, BMI, visceral adiposity index, and hip circumference. The researchers concluded that apple cider vinegar paired with a restricted calorie diet can have an effect on weight loss, but that it might not have the same effect on its own. While Goli gummies were not studied in this experiment, it seems that taking an apple cider vinegar supplement with a restricted calorie diet would be more beneficial for weight loss than a supplement on its own.
I agree. So, we have two human studies that show apple cider vinegar with a restricted calorie diet and exercise can lead to weight loss. But let's look at some more.
A 2013 study examined the interaction of a low energy density diet and a regimented supplementation regime, including apple cider vinegar in 49 participants. Similar to the other studies we've talked about, the experimental groups showed significant reductions in weight. However, there was no control group in the study.
However, as we are seeing a trend in these studies, apple cider vinegar was not the sole variable in this study. Participants took other supplements and had restricted calories / low energy dense diets. Goli should start advertising that in order to lose weight with the product, you also need to have a restricted caloric intake and maybe exercise daily.
I saw that another study on apple polyphenol, an ingredient in apple cider vinegar, decreased total cholesterol and reduced visceral fat in participants. But interestingly, there was no significant reduction in weight for these participants. Another study found that apple cider vinegar consumption could help decrease total levels of cholesterol and triglycerides after just 8 weeks on the supplement. But this study had no control group or comparison group, which also seemed to be a recurring trend. Further, this study only looked at 19 participants.
Like the study Madison just mentioned, many of the studies we examined also looked at how apple cider vinegar affects cholesterol levels and metabolism. One study found that apple cider vinegar, in conjunction with a low energy density diet and other supplementation, significantly reduced total cholesterol and aided lipid profiles in the body. Another found similar effects on cholesterol levels, but the study participants were also on a restricted calorie diet. It is interesting that in most of the studies, the participants were put on a restrictive diet.
Apple cider vinegar has shown significant effects on weight loss, cholesterol levels, and body fat measures in various studies, but they are not always replicated, and the study designs include other variables that could act as confounds. Some of these studies we have mentioned include apple cider vinegar with a restricted calorie diet, a low energy density diet, and even exercise or other supplements. Further, many of these studies have small participant pools and or no comparison group. You can't really make a claim on the effectiveness of apple cider vinegar for weight loss when you have nothing to compare it to, which we saw in the Behesti et al. Study and even in the Balliet and Burke study.
One important thing I think we should mention about apple cider vinegar gummies and supplements is that the majority are not regulated by the FDA. Further, there is no regulation on how much apple cider vinegar is required in the tablet to be considered apple cider vinegar supplements.
Some of the current apple cider vinegar tablets on the market have an acetic acid makeup ranging from 1.04% to 10.57% of the product. Surely the amount of acetic acid in these products has an effect on the efficacy of each product. We really don't know the percentage of acetic acid in Goli products. Hill claims that the gummy versions of apple cider vinegar might have much lower acetic acid content than the other tablet type products.
Oh, one more thing. Apple cider vinegar can be harmful to the esophagus and teeth. There have been several reports of esophageal injury in patients taking apple cider vinegar.
I've heard about that too. It seems that taking an acidic supplement daily, sometimes multiple times a day, could lead to issues with that. I'm interested to see if Goli has looked at how the apple cider vinegar in the gummy form is digested and if it can cause burning and injuries as well.
We also need to remember that there have been no studies that we know of on gummy forms of apple cider vinegar. Goli's website says they have research on the product, but it was unlisted on the website. Maybe more research in the future will help to lessen the popularity of the gummy version of this product.
Well, I guess I won't be taking these gummies for weight loss. I'd be better off with eating a healthier I'd be better off eating healthier foods and doing exercises I enjoy. These gummies can help reduce cholesterol and maybe aid in my metabolism, but again, research has not been published on Goli's exact effects on these claims.
I agree. Let's be more careful when it comes to these products. Goli's ads didn't line up with their claims on the website. They don't even mention weight loss or craving management on their infomercial page. We can help our bodies by showing self love, exercising for fun, and nourishing it rather than focusing on cutting all the calories out in cravings.